Hi guys, welcome to this week's edition of RIOU Talk. I have the pleasure of speaking with Professor Tracy Taylor, Dean of the Business School, University of Technology, Sydney, Australia. Thank you very much for joining us, Professor Taylor.
I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this exciting initiative that you guys have started.
Thank you very much. This week we've had modules talking on human relations, recruitment, and people management. My first question is about uh, for young sports managers going into the industry. What is your advice for them?
For young sport managers, I think that one of the most important things, of course, is your education and your training, but also combined with that is your experience. So I always encourage everyone to make sure that they get as much experience as possible, whether that's through internships or whether it's through service level positions. It's incredibly vital that you establish yourself in the industry, because the sport industry is not that large. Everyone knows everyone, and you make a good impression, and even if it's not in the organization you end up working with, people will talk about you. If you make a bad impression, people will talk about you, but for not very good reasons. So networking is really, really vital. So make sure you get out there, you get experience, you network with people who are influential in the areas that you want to work. And don't be afraid of applying for jobs on spec. Don't wait for a job to be advertised on the internet. Create your own jobs. Be enthusiastic and be involved and be connected.
And I recently saw a survey that ranked in the United States graduates of masters in sports management were some of the poorest paid people. Do you think this motivates young people to want to do sports management, or would they rather do business management and then from business management come into sports management?
Well, I don't know the survey you're referring to, but I know that some data that's been collected on employment figures in Australia in sport, it looks at the whole gambit of people working in sport. So when you are saying that they're low paid, they're often taking into account people who are in junior levels of an organization, who may be doing part-time work and casual work, or who will be working for an organization because they really feel passionate about sport. And as we know, while sport is big business, there's a lot of positions in non-for-profit organizations or community organizations that don't pay a lot. So I think you have to be prepared if you're going into those sorts of organizations to expect a salary that isn't the same as if you're going into work in the stock exchange or to work in finance. But I would say that often the intrinsic rewards are much greater when you're working in a job that you love. The question about sport or business qualifications or degrees is again a very interesting question. And if you talk to people in the sport industry about what they're looking for when they hire someone, the qualification is a starting point. It's you and what you've done and who you are and how you sell yourself and your passion for a particular job that's going to make the difference. So if you've got two people who have the same qualification even, the difference is going to be in the person. So the qualification is just the foot in the door.
So passion will, your certificate will get you in your foot in the door, get your foot in the door, but your passion will keep you in the house. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, yes, of course, and your talent. If you've got passion but you don't have commitment and talent, and you don't show that you're enthusiastic and able to deliver, well, then you're not going to be successful. Those are the other things I think that are almost taken as given. Being hardworking, completing projects on time, being reliable, being dependable, and being creative. And it's a tough job market, so you have to show that you're different in some way, that you are above and beyond what everybody else is, for them to choose you over other people.
Just one question that's off the cuff as you were talking. The difference between in pay parity between staff, club staff, especially in top sports like football, in England or in Spain, basketball and the NFL in America, the difference in the pay of staff, backroom staff, and talent, there's always been a big difference. How does the industry or workers, how should workers manage this disparity in pay?
Well, first of all, the talent or the athlete or the football player, as you're referring to, has a very limited lifespan. So if you go in to be a sponsorship manager, or you're in HR, or you're in finance in an organization, you will probably be holding that job until you retire or some form thereof. So therefore your earning capacity is a lot over a longer period. And look, it's no different if you look at what we call the top 1%. Look at most developed countries, the pay scales, the difference between the CEO and the majority of people in the organization is not dissimilar to what we see in sport. So people get rewarded for being at the very top of their game.
That's a very I would say diplomatic answer, but it's a good insight. And my final question will be about your week in the Russian International Olympic University. Which part of your teaching has been your favorite so far, and over time, and maybe this week as well?
Okay, well, always love the activity parts of the classes, and interacting with the students and listening and discussing the different experiences that people have. I always come away from this week probably learning as much as the students do. So I facilitate your learning on HR, and you guys facilitate my learning about your different countries, your different experiences, and what you bring to the table is incredibly rich, and that's the main reason that I come and I'm involved in this program.
And we have definitely enjoyed your classes this week, and for the next set of RIOU students, I'm sure they'll continue to have a great experience with you. Thank you for this conversation. It's been enlightening, and wish you all the best for the future.
And I wish you the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you for staying tuned with us this week as we continue with RIOU Talk all through the semester. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
You say goodbye and I say hello.